Do you own a laptop, a phone, a car? Nearly all our devices today have some batteries, and many of those batteries involve the metal cobalt. Cobalt is an essential raw material used by large tech companies for rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, electric devices, and electric cars. However, more than half of the world's cobalt resources are located in the DRC, and over 70% of the world's cobalt mining occurs there. The DRC's valuable cobalt industry comes at a price. Extraction of the mineral is linked to child labor, safety risks, and environmental abuses and corruption. As the technology boom happened worldwide in recent years, the demand for cobalt and new cobalt deposits were found in the DRC. Locals began excavating their own land to search for these valuable resources. However, locals were denied access to mine their own lands soon because foreign companies began to take over their land and impose restrictions. According to a resident of Mutumba, a local mining town in the DRC, he stated in a New York Times article, "We used to mine in the bush, in the forest. You stopped us. You gave all the city to big industrial companies. Now we discovered minerals in our plot of land which belonged to our ancestors, and now you want to stop us?" The Global Witness investigations reveal that ongoing corruption and smuggling in southern DRC are leading to the loss of millions of dollars in revenue every month for the country, indicating that the same factors that helped plunge the DRC into a violent conflict remain intact. Rather than benefiting from the high cobalt prices, the economic situation in cobalt towns have been deteriorating. Deprived of reliable sources of income, some 60,000 young men and boys work in appalling conditions as artisanal miners, gathering mineral soil by hand for as little as $1 a day. In contrast, new foreign companies are cashing in on the trade and buying soil from the miners, making huge profits by exporting raw minerals to China and Western countries. The case of cobalt mining in the DRC is a continuation of modern-day colonialism in Africa. For decades, the acclaimed writer Walter Rodney has written about Western countries exploiting resources and people in the African continent to make their own countries much wealthier. In his book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, he uses this example of the transatlantic slave trade resulting in devastating consequences for communities there for hundreds of years. Furthermore, even as the slave trade receded, Rodney points out how in several ways many European countries foster African economic dependence on Europe by hampering key growth industries such as clothing in Africa and several others. And Rodney explicitly refers to Africa as underdeveloped, unlike how we call it today, developing, because of its past and also present of exploitation that's been created its overall socioeconomic position. Underdevelopment by him is not defined by a lack of resources, but an uneven and, he argued, an unjust distribution of the wealth of those resources. The cobalt mining in the DRC depicts a modern example of Rodney's writing. His work parallels the contemporary exploitation of globalized capitalism on resources, capital, and people. The continuation of two different worlds unfold as with technology rises around the world. Informed consumers need to be aware of the technology sector's impact on the Congolese people and the environment. One's concern for Congolese children working in the mines should not stop with online activism. It must extend to real-world choices and restructuring what it means to participate in a globalized economy with ever-increasing technological needs.